everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kristi. Today's video is a long overdue video of how to do a recipe binder. Many of you have messaged me and asked how you can do your meal planning, how you can make your own binder. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. A lot of you may have been noticing this was my binder. This is it. This is what I had all my recipes in. This was good timing for me to do this video because this was actually getting a little bit too small and like some of the clips didn't line up straight, so it was definitely time. It's getting peeled. It was time for a new one. It is very easy to make your own binder. All you need is just a very cheap binder. This is actually a 2-inch binder. I think the other one I have is a 2-inch binder. Depending how many recipes you print out and put in it is how much you want the binder. So they have 3-inch binders. They also have smaller ones that are like 1 inch. Like my black one was a very small one. It was getting really tight in there. So you just need a binder that has the 3 rings in it. I sometimes recommend to get a notebook or some loose leaf paper just to keep in the back of your binder. So I just get these at Dollar General, very cheap. And then the other things that you need that I have in this binder, and I'll bring you close up when I show you exactly how I do the binder. So I have my cover, which you can make any cover you want. It just is a piece of paper that I printed out and it just slides right in there. So that's how you can make a cover for it. I use Canva to make my thumbnails and any of the pictures that I use, so that's what I use for this. I use the paid version of Canva, but you could definitely, just for purposes like this, you could use, they have a lot of free images that you can use. I usually use my own images. This one here is not my image. The background here with the lemons and stuff, that's their background. So I use that, but this picture is mine. So usually I use my own images. You always want to make sure that any images that you use, you don't get off of like Google. So you can't go on Google and right click and hit save as and use that image because that is copyright. So always make sure that you're using images that you're getting from a website such as Canva, so that you know that you're allowed to use those. So just want to put that out there. I always keep a little folder at the end just so that I can put in any recipes that I came across that I might want to add. So I usually put recipes in here, and then after I tweak them or figure out the points for them, then I will add them into a sheet protector. But I always wait and, you know, check it out first, see if I actually like the recipe. So the other things that you're gonna need that I just put in here, you are gonna want some type of index dividers. Now, these dividers that I get from Dollar General, the only thing that I don't care for about these is they don't stick out farther than my sheets. So I'm using sheet protectors. That's the other thing that you're gonna want. So usually what I do is take out all the sheet protectors and I just keep them right in my binder. I didn't do that for the one I just showed you. So these are the sheet protectors, and you can just stick your recipes right in there, front and back. So I usually keep these all in a stack together at the end of my binder. Let me bring the camera closer and show you what I have in here. All right, so I'm gonna be upside down so that I can show you this. So basically, this is all there is. This side over here, I usually just keep some odds and ends things. I have some labels in there for freezer meals and just a bunch of stuff, like if I'm jotting down recipes, you know, for the week, I keep that in there. So the first thing that you want to do is go through and label all your index dividers. I start this one with my plan. Basically what I put here is whatever I'm having for the week. So basically I get my meal plan, which I have on my website. I have these meal plans. You're welcome to download them for free. I usually, what I do is the beginning of each month, I go through and I print out to-do lists that I keep in there. I have these on my website. I print out my shopping lists. I usually print out 4 shopping lists and keep those in there. That way I have them for the month. I print out, and you'll see some of these have meal plans. They're not really meal plans. It's the back. It's because I recycle my paper so that I'm not wasting any money. So when I'm done with my meal plans, I use that as recycled papers and I just print something on the other side. So these are recipe cards that I have. I always keep these in here just in case I come up with my own recipe or an idea, or I want to kind of make my own thing, things like that. And then I have my meal plan. Now this one I do keep. This one, I keep a couple of Monday through Friday in there, and then I have my Monday through Sunday. So basically what I do is just print out enough for the month, like I said, recycled paper, and I will take that and put that in the beginning. I will put that right here. So I'm just using last week's meal plan on here. Then the next thing I do, once I have my meal plan, then what I do is go through and put the recipes for that week in the front of the book. So getting back to actually making your book though, the way that I separate mine is by proteins. So you can separate yours however you want. You could separate it, say, by less than 10 points, things less than 5 points. You could separate, so you could separate it by points, you can separate it by proteins, however you want to separate it, that's completely up to you. This is just the way I do it. I have all my chicken recipes in one category. I have my turkey ones, I have my pork, I have my fish, my beef, pasta, which is very few. I don't really do a whole lot of pasta. Sides. I do have like a miscellaneous section that I keep basically desserts and pizza type things in there as well. So that's how I do the dividers. For the recipes themselves, basically I have 2 recipes in each sheet protector. So I have one facing one way, one facing the other. And I do not keep these in alphabetical order. I used to at one point, but it's really hard to keep up with doing that. So you definitely could do that if you want. So that's all I do with those. Just put those in there like that. Print it out right from the website. That way you have, so like I said, this was Hungry Girl. She has points on hers. So that's it. That's all I do with those. And then, like I said, what I do, oh, I also have a section in here for breakfast too, because I have a lot of different things for breakfast. So what I do now is I then just take, so this night I was doing cheesecake overnight oats. So I'm just going to pull that one out. And one of the other things I was doing was brown sugar salmon, which I don't have a recipe for that. I just make that separate. Garlic herb pork tenderloin with potatoes and carrots. I know I have a recipe in here for that. So I'm going to go find that recipe, which is here. And then I'm going to put these right here. Whoop. So it's going to have the peanut butter and jelly and this recipe. Now, if you wanted to, you could, I used to actually take these out and put just the ones that I'm using in there, but it gets too complicated. We want to try and keep it as simple as possible. So now I have my cheesecake overnight oats recipe. I have my garlic herb pork tenderloin. Now there was a chicken marsala skillet one, so I would normally pull that too. So any meals that I'm gonna be having that week are gonna be right here up front. So when I go to make them, I grab my book, they're right there. And then at the end of the week, I'm just gonna take these out. I'm gonna put them back where they belong, in the section they belong. And then next week, I'm gonna start over with the same thing. So that's basically all that's involved in making your own binder. So you can make it your own. There's tons of different ways that you can do it. This is how I do mine, but I know there are tons of people out there that get real fancy with it. Now I just use a red pen to write on these, but you could definitely use markers. You can make it real pretty. Mine's not real pretty. I am pretty simple. So that's all that's involved in making a recipe binder. So easy. So now what I'll do is these sheet protectors that I just took out of here. These ones are actually a little bit cheaper. These ones I got here, I think I got these from like Staples or someplace. They're a little bit more sturdy. These ones from Dollar General are very, very light. They're very flimsy, but that's okay. I mean, I just use them in the sheet protectors, honestly, just so that I don't get food all over them. So they really don't have to be real durable, but So just keep all your extra ones back there. I always keep some loose leaf paper or a notebook back here. And that's it. That's all there is to that. So that is how I make my recipe binder. So let me know in the comments if you're going to be making a recipe binder. So I'll put the links down below for my website that has all the free printables that you can print. I will also list the Canva website that you can go to create different types of images if you want to make like a cover sheet or something like that. But put in the comments and let me know if there's any other things that you want me showing, something that you want me to go into more depth with. Sometimes I take a lot for granted because there's so much that I just do out of habit that I don't think that maybe some people just starting with meal planning might not realize to do. So make sure to let me know in the comments if there's anything that you want me to help you with on that. So I hope you liked this video. Make sure to give this a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I'm Kristi and I'm Planning Us Healthy.